Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you wherever you are watching us from. You are welcome to yet another episode of the Sedat HR Digest, brought to you by Sedat Consult Limited. On today's episode, I have with me a very accomplished man with whom we are going to have a conversation about his career, his personal life, and his general advice for professionals alike. And so I would like to tell you about Sedat Consult. Sedat Consult is a business and HR consultancy firm with offices in Accra and Kumasi. And so our services include I want you to just consider your employee life cycle from recruitment through training and development to talent management and performance management to remuneration. Sedat Consult offers services in all these areas. Talking about our services, I would like to talk to you about our training, which is coming off on the 2nd and 3rd of July at our Kumasi office, going for a rate of 2,600 Ghana cedis. The training is on planning and conducting effective training and development. We are equipping you with skills to conduct effective training and development for your organization. It goes for a fee of 2,600 Ghana cedis. It's an in-person training. And so our advice for you to add this to your schedule and make it a point to attend. Again, I'll talk about another training going on the 15th to 17th of July at our Accra office at La Paz. It is on HR analytics for strategic decision making, which is turning workforce data into business results. It is going off on the 15th to 17th of July for a fee of 3,600 Ghana cedis. It's a 3-day in-person event, and I'd also advise for you to add this to your schedule, make it a point to be there. As Sedat Consult, as a business consultancy firm, we are interested in continuous professional development. And so as part of our services, we organize mentorship programs. And the third cohort has a deadline of 31st July. And so we are calling on mentees. And for mentees, we are looking at early career professionals and recent graduates. Also, final year students can also join, where we link you with experienced and seasoned professionals to mentor you in your career. Myself, I can point a finger or two to some people who have mentored me in my career. And I'm sure you can as well if you're watching us. And I know that our guest and speaker today also can point to a few people who have mentored him. And in our car office, you will find that we have workstations, especially for our remote workers. You get a conducive environment to work in, suitable amenities, a car park, and fast internet connection. And so kindly contact us if you are interested in these workstations, and then we'll give you a spot. Yes, and so I'd like for you to tell us where you are watching us from, your name and your location in the comment section. If you have any questions for us, kindly let us know in the comment section and I'll read it out loud. And so right on to today's topic, as I mentioned, we have a personality who goes by the name Dr. Tarek Dessouki, a very seasoned professional. And so we'll get right into it. I'll read a bit about him for you to get to know him. Dr. Tarek Dessouki is a distinguished international human resources consultant, trainer, and organizational development strategist with nearly 35 years of professional experience spanning telecommunications, manufacturing, FMCG, media, education, and financial services. He currently serves as Managing Director for the EMEA region of both the VIA International Consultation Group and the American International Certification Institute, AICI. Throughout his career, Dr. Dessouki has delivered transformative HR consultancy engagements for leading organizations across Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Americas. His consulting portfolio includes landmark assignments with SCCT, which is a Maersk company, where he redesigned the total rewarding system. Zain Iraq, where he developed a comprehensive 360 position description system adopted at the international standard. The GET Group, where he conducted a global HR policy and salary structure review spanning the USA, Canada, Qatar, Dubai, and Egypt, and the Ugandan Ministry of Finance, for whom he delivered fraud risk management training. Dr. Dessouki created the Human Resource International Certificate, HRIC, an accredited credential recognized by the American Certification Institute that has had measurable impact on both the practitioner and educational dimensions of HR profession. He is also the official HR curriculum developer for IPM Zimbabwe and has developed training and certification programs in Uganda, South Africa, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kuwait, Jordan, Egypt, and the Philippines. Beyond consultancy, Dr. Dessouki is the founder and president of Professional Human Capital, PHC, an Egyptian NGO with over 40 chapters spanning Africa. The organization has 4,000 HR professionals has engaged 4,000 HR professionals through lectures, seminars, and interactive forums. He was honored as the best HR leader in Egypt in 2015, and his work continues to shape HR practice at both national and continental levels. Dr. Dessouki holds an MBA in Human Resources, a Personnel and Administration Certificate, a BSc in Social Work. He is currently pursuing a PhD in Business Management. His professional certifications include the CHRM, CIPT, HRICI, CIBSCP, ICHRA, and HRICP, awarded by the American International Certification Institute and American Institute. Once again, you are welcome to today's episode of the SEDAT HR Digest, brought to you by SEDAT Consult. If you have just joined us, kindly let us know your name and your location in the comment section. So we'll get right into today's conversation.
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm very humbled. You give me more than I deserve. So I really thank you very much.
You're welcome, Doctor. Yes, so I'd like for us to start the conversation by hearing from you. Yes, I have read a concise version of your profile, but I would like for you to tell us about Dr. Tarek Dessouki to our viewers in your own words.
Well, first of all, I'm very proud of being Egyptian and African. I'm fully dedicated
to the concepts
of developing and enhancing the HR management, in particular with the African territorial. I mean, in every part of Africa. I visited like 22 countries in Africa, and delivered so many courses in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Swaziland, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Congo, Lubumbashi. I'm humbled, actually. I'm really proud of connecting with those people everywhere. Those humbled and kind and great people. We still have so much efforts to do for our mother Africa. In fact, we should be ashamed because we're not really exerting the efforts that Mama Africa needs. We are far from uh, you know, uh, doing our best for our, especially the culture transformation. We have big issues in the culture, in African culture, that we really need, first of all, to acknowledge, admit, try to find solution and alternative solution for such cultural issues, in case that we really need to progress and develop, because we will never develop and progress unless we first acknowledge and admit our cultural issues before we go on. If we hide behind the curtain that everything is all right, actually everything is not all right at all. Starting by this sentence that everything is all right, that means clearly that everything is not all right at all. Uh, During my professional career, you can divide my professional career into two phases, which I got into this professional career by a miracle. It's a really miracle that if if um, if somebody told me the story, and I will never believe him. How much more if I am the one who's telling myself the story? But in my professional careers, that we can see clearly two stations. First station, when I joined the airline in the personnel department. At that time, there was no HR. And then the second phase of my life, when I started uh, this forum of PHC, which is Professional Human Capital. I started in Egypt first. It was physical and online group. In no time, we became like 4,000 people, developed to 6,000 people. We used to do 10 physical free lectures all around the year, and one gathering in Ramadan to take the breakfast and I mean the iftar, and gather the HR professionals with their families in Gizira Club, which is another passion for my life. Gizira Club is my team for hockey. I'm a hockey player, uh, field hockey player. I'm not really into the ice or get to play into the refrigerator. No, I am a field hockey player. So, what I gained from my profession in several organizations, starting by the airline, which is very well established in the system, I gained much more, like 100 times, when I started my PHC. PHC overgrown to the point that we are 60 local chapters now, covering almost everywhere in the world. We are covering the Caribbeans, we are covering Australia, we are covering Europe, we're covering Africa, of course, more than we are like you are existing in more than 40 countries in Africa, which is out of 52. We have PHC francophone to speak with those people with the French, Lusophone to speak with those people with the Portuguese, and of course the Anglophone is almost there. And I believe that we did a very good job to educate. First of all, our vision was to educate the young generation, lead them, let them be in a real passion for the profession, which is we really need to work on this profession because of so many setbacks in us, in the HR professional themselves. It's not in the organization, it's not in every, it's in us. We really need to work on that. The admin mentality, the mentality of taking so much care of the administration and the font, uh, the size of the font and what is the font is much more important than applying the HR itself. So in reality, we are uh, doing our best out of real from our heart. We're not asking for any, material benefits, and that's why whenever we communicate with each other, it's like the communication from heart to heart. It's really understandable. I mean, we understood each other very well. There is no materialistic issues at all. So that's in brief what I did in my 40 plus years of experience, 42 in actual. And I'm I'm practicing the HR in a different way because at early stage of my life, I was a businessman who owns the first franchise Adidas shop. Uh, so uh, whenever I deal with the HR, I mean, the practice of the HR is from the perspective of the owners, of the solopreneur, entrepreneur, the businessman, not the staff and the employee working in the HR department. So I got a better idea and better view and better practice, getting nearer to the mind of the owners of the companies and try to educate the staff that the needs of the owners in the business is totally different than the needs of the employees. And we should understand each other from the businessman perspective, of the owner perspective, and the employee's perspective. Employee can start from the simple janitor until we reach the CEO. The same mentality, but different rank, but the same mentality, the same, like, I'm working in this company, this is my bread and butter. In case something happens to this company, I will just jump from the sinking ship and go to work somewhere else. But the owner, he cannot really afford this leisure. If the ship is sinking, he will go to prison. Simple. So during my life, during my professional career, I tried so much to simplify the real difference between the two mentalities so we can work together, because the staff cannot work without owners, and the owners cannot really do the business without the staff. Whether the owner is the government, the HR, the humanitarian agencies, which is very full in Africa, or you know, uh, a multinational company or a local company, whatever it is, but still the same mentality of an owner and the mentality of the staff. We really need to work on that. So I had so many clashes in my life. I lost so many jobs in my life. You can't imagine, because of this, debate that it cannot be compromised. Mentality of a businessman doing HR is totally different than an HR who came from the personnel school, taking care of the local labor law, and whatever the owner wants, you will just comply to, which is a very big deal. I mean, it's not correct at all. So this is in brief, very much.
Yes, thank you very much. And so you've told us a bit about your early days, how you starting as a businessman. So considering your 42 years of experience, the career path you are on at the moment, did you see it at the beginning, at the start of it, or did you see it that way?
Uh, First of all, I opened the door of this career. Um, it was totally unexpected. I didn't really imagine myself in this career at all. During my college years, I was working in the tourism in a travel agency, because I speak English good, and my second language, which is good as well at that time, Italian. I was number one in the high school all over Egypt in the Italian language as a second language. So I was working in the travel agency, and one time I went to Canadian embassy, and they advised me, since I have a BSc in social work, that I can work in Canada because they need an Arabic speaker in Canada, for the social adjustment for those migrants in Canada. So I started to go back to the travel agency to work again, so I can get what's called AD which is Asian discount 75. That means I will pay only 25% of the ticket for me to travel to Canada because I was so poor at that time. I didn't really depend on my father's shop. We have a shop in downtown, and I never get money from him for almost 4 years. Let's say ideological clashes between two generations. I respect him. I loved him so much, but I didn't get any finance from him. So I worked in this to get this AG 75, and I saw one time an advertisement for this big airline, the biggest airline in the Middle East, and they are asking, the advertisement was for senior pass agent. I don't understand the title. And whenever I read the job description, I got more confused. I feel like this job is mine. I mean, I do this, but I cannot really put my finger on exactly what is it. So I applied, and that's the first shocking in my life is that I went to the interview on Monday, as they told me, you come on Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning. When I went there, the assistant manager told me, why are you here? Your interview was on Sunday, 10 o'clock. So I came like one day late, one day more. So I said, you're definitely wrong. A young man who's 24 years old, starting his career, telling to the assistant manager that she's wrong. Can you imagine the shock in her face? And I told her, listen, this is very logical. I got only one appointment. If I am mistaking this appointment, that's 100% mistake. But God bless you, you gave like 100 appointments. If you have one mistake in one of these 100 appointments, then your rate is 1%. I think 1% is more logic than the 100% mistake. And then she looked down on me and she said, okay, sit down there. And then after a while, like after half an hour, she said, okay, we will see you. That was 10 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 actually in the morning. So they met me 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I waited from almost 10 to 4, 6 hours waiting. All what I do is get inside to drink water and then go to the bathroom. That's all. In the interview, it was very hostile, very aggressive. They want to get rid of me. The manager want to get rid of me. And there was a gentleman who's sitting down there reading the magazine of the airline without interfering in the interview at all. After the interview is done, which is I told you it's like 5 minutes, it's like they are just soothing me down. Okay, well, you had your interview, goodbye. Then I commented one thing. Then the guy who's sitting there put down the magazine and asked me, what do you know about this? We're not really into this. That was, the very big green book of the airline that I kept it by heart because I am traveling. So at that moment, they closed the office 4 o'clock, but we finished the interview 6 o'clock, from 4 to 6. That the man kept talking to me for almost 1 hour and a half in pure English about the job. And he found out that I am the most knowledgeable candidate that I came to this position. I went to check about the result. After 1 month, they already hired somebody. And he's already preparing his papers, getting the notice from his former employer. And then when I went there, they asked me for the crime clearance, which takes months, from 2 weeks to a month to issue it from the Ministry of Interior Affairs. Crime clearance is that you have no crimes. I mean, and the police is not running after you. And the man told me, the manager who was very hostile to me, he said that, okay, today is Wednesday. I want it in my office on Saturday. That means you have only one day, which is Thursday. You come and bring this crime clearance and it should be addressed to the airline. So I went out of the office. I said, God willing, how can I do that? That's almost impossible. Even if the Ministry of the Interior Affairs is my uncle, he will never do that to me. Then I remember that in the hockey, there is one in the playing in the police, there is a police team. And I just remembered him and I said, maybe he can help me. I went there. He invited me on a cup of tea and he made my crime clearance on his responsibility because he said that if I find something against you in the law, I know how to get you. So he signed it for me, stamped it for me, and I got the job. So in the interview, I went one day late and I accomplished things that can be done in 1 month. I accomplished in few hours. So it's like a miracle. It's like the God willingly. That's want to propose, God to dispose. It's what I meant. So this is how I got into this job. It was taking care of the most important remuneration and benefit for the airline staff, which is the airline ticket. So I was responsible for the airline ticket in the personnel of this airline, and that's how I started. When I went inside the department, I found myself totally ignorant about their terms, the jargons, the professional, what they are talking about. So I joined the American University in Cairo, which is AUC, and that ate up like all my salary because that's extremely expensive. But never mind, I want to learn what they are talking about because I cannot really be like a blind cat in a dark room. So I got this diploma and they know in the headquarters that I got this diploma, which is very well distinguished at that time, very reputable. So that opened all the doors for me. That's in brief.
Okay, okay. That's very elaborate. Thank you. And I'd like for us to talk about most often than not, when we meet accomplished individuals like yourself from afar and perhaps even from up close, we think these individuals are infallible. But even from your experiences, you've showed us the challenges which you faced and overcome. So I'd like for you to tell us if there has been an instance or a circumstance in your career where you questioned your path and your purpose and the effort in which you are putting into the career. Has there been an instance like that?
All my life, I'm facing one very big issue, and I couldn't resolve it, and I couldn't bend. It's like I'm in a corner. It's either do or die thing. It's the mentality of the owner or the general manager that he wants me to do something that's against the principles and ethics as an HR professional. It's like deep inside, they want to fire somebody just because they want to fire him. And they are asking me to be the tool that will fire the people or to do whatever the management wants, even if it's against the local labor code or even if it's against the code of the company itself. I mean, the procedure of the company itself. I'm always there, and I never uh, give it a chance to play this role with them. And this is the main reason that I'm laid off in so many positions. I'm not saying that I'm carrying the flagship of the ethics and values, but this is how it is. They want you to do something that's against the law or against the ethics and against the values, and you cannot do that. I'm being very stubborn, and I cannot really be convinced just because people are talking about it. That cost me a lot of jobs.
Very well, very well. And so, about this profession, the human resources, what is one thing you would like for people to understand very well? Is there a misconception? And if you could clear that up for us.
The main concept that the HR should foster and baptize is we are for the business. We are not for the people. We are for the business. We are not for the people. I repeat it to make sure that everybody listens to this. People are very important, as a start to the business. But the ultimate goal is the business. Because if we are only um, engrossed in the people issues and people management, then we have to go to work for the in humanitarian agencies by the United Nations in Africa. But we should understand that we are supporting the business, and whatever comes on the way on the not to achieve the business targets and objectives, then we have to correct it and we have to work on it. It's not the other way around. The organization is not a charity place. The organization is a place that needs to achieve the target using, not the word using is not really correct, but the workforce is for the business to succeed and to flourish. And we should do everything for the humans working in the company for them to be able to be more productive and to consider all the social aspects that affected the business. Again, the business, it's all about business. But those people are talking about the HR all over the world, that we are people oriented. We're not really people oriented, because if we are taking care of the people and we are not taking care of the business, then the business will close down. As I said earlier, that the business owner will go to the prison. He's the only one who feels the dangers of this one. So come again, the HR professionals should really be very well versed in how to conduct the business, how to understand the business, how to analyze the business, how to understand the business dynamics, how to understand the business realities, and try to adjust manpower, the humans working in the company, for all these purposes. It's not the other way around. The business is not to serve the people. People are serving the business. That's the right equation. And of course, we are facing so many challenges in that, almost incurable challenges, because most of the HR professionals, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, I'm just saying most of them, it's like 80 to 90%. They are very much admin pro mentality. None, or very, when they sit down on the steering team, uh, in the in the BOD, the board of director meetings or so, they are into the column of the expenses. They are talking about the expenses all the time. They need money, they need training, they need budget. They don't really talk business. That's why nobody listens to them. And if they can, nobody will invite the HR professionals into the meetings of the board, because they are not adding value. They are not talking. They are talking. I don't know what I would say the words, but it's nonsense that you talk in the board of directors something that the least interest for them. They don't really care about them. Talk to them with the language of the business. They will understand and they will listen to you. Put in the context of the language of the business, the HR values and ethics, and the importance of the HR. It's within the context. It's not the whole uh, outline is the HR. The outline is the business.
Great, great. So if you have just joined us, welcome once again to the Sedat HR Digest, brought to you by Sedat Consult Limited. Today we are having a conversation with Dr. Tarek Dessouki about his career, his professional life, and general advice for us professionals. I can see Alpha Omega has joined us. He says, "Hello, Doc, B/Lax." I don't know if you know him, Doc. And so there is also Madame Yajifa watching from Kumasi. There is Catherine Anaya watching from Kenya. There is JJ Hammond joining from Kaswa. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Catherine, Madame Jifa, and Alpha and Omega. Yes, sir. So you mentioned something right before the interlude. You mentioned that most HRs are admin pro mentality. If you could briefly state clearly what you mean by that in plain English for us.
Well, most of the HR professionals came from the secretarial jobs, that they keep this mentality of being secretary or office manager until they became HR directors and retire. That should be changed in a very simple sentence.
Okay. So 42 years as a career professional. I would like for you to tell us about your leadership style and how your personality as a person influences this style.
First of all, I mentioned earlier that I'm a hockey player.
Hmm.
I'm a goalkeeper. And being a goalie in a team, that's extremely, I mean, formed my personality from since I was 14 years old when I started to play this game. Being a goalkeeper, that means you are taking the full responsibility for whatever happens, even if it's not your responsibility. You take the blame seriously and you work for the whole team, even if everybody blames you. If the forward wasted 10 goals, it's not that important as much as if the goalkeeper has one mistake and we lost one love because of this mistake. You see, and being an athletic and sportsman, I understand very well that nothing will give you a great spot but your hard work, your working out, your exercise. For you to lose half kilo, you have to jog 10 kilometers every day. So it's like no pain, no gain in a real term. So I never take the to advance in my job by kissing the back of the manager or being Hippocratic to anybody. I know pretty well for me to advance, I have to work hard, even if it's you are swimming against the current because everybody's doing otherwise. But for me, no. You want to advance, you work hard. You want to get this higher position, you go and pay for an institute, you study, you work hard very well to gain your worst position under the sun. Because what's being given to you as free favor, it will be taken from you as free favor as well. Easy come, easy go. That's
Yeah.
that's that's my principle. So anything happened to my life that shaped by this character of being a sportsman, that he's in the team. If you want to represent your club, it's only about you, if you are good or not. If the coach sees you that you are good, he will let you play. If the coach sees that you are not good, you will not play. But in the corporate life, you can advance because you gossip a lot, because you are a backbiter, because you are, all this political. That's what I hate in my life, is to be in the political arena, talking sweet to people for me to be lovable. No, we are talking what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I reached this by my own two hands. I'm a self-made person, so nobody has the favor on me. You know, that's it.
Yes. So we've talked broadly and for long about the professional self of Dr. Tarek Dessouki. I'd like for us to dive into your personal self. Is there a piece of advice you have received that has helped you the most in your life, and how have you applied this advice?
I was 15 years old,
Hmm.
and they asked me to play in this very prestigious club, which is Gezira Club. And the first training, the first practice with the team, uh, I played like in the first half, I played like a right winger. And then in the second half, I played like a goalkeeper because I'm a football goalkeeper at the beginning. And then after the training, which was already the sun sets and it's dark, the coach, and he was the coach also of the national team, the Egyptian national team. He just very charismatic and very, very strong personality. He just waved to me to come here. I said, yes, captain. He said, Tarek, you will be the goalkeeper of Egypt, providing three things. Don't smoke, you sleep early, get away from the girls of the club. I followed this advice, the three-dimension advice, orthodoxically. I mean, in a very strict manner in my life. I ended up like I never smoke, and I never, of course, drank. I'm not alcoholic at all, never in my life. And I sleep with the sunset to the dawn. That's my time. And I did not intermingle with the girls of the club. But one thing did not, the output was that I never played for Egyptian team. So I was very committed, but I had a severe injury in my both knees that limited me very much from joining the national team. And of course, the other goalies from the other clubs, they were far better than me. But I gained a lot from following this advice.
Okay. Being a sportsman, I'm sure you are used to criticisms and pressure. How do you handle these two?
I take it in a very positive way. The criticism is a golden opportunity for you to stop and evaluate and then take the right decision. If the one who's criticizing you is just antagonizing you, then we learn from it. If the one who's criticizing you is something that you really have to develop and you really have to work on that, then thank you very much for drawing my attention. I don't ever take it like attacking my ego. I take it like that's a golden chance for me to reconstruct myself.
Okay, so earlier we talked about your personality, one side of it, how it has helped you, especially in your leadership style. I'd like for us to flip it. Is there a part of you that you have constantly worked to keep in check? Something that you think is not so good?
Enjoying clashes with my superiors at work. It was like challenging. I lost so many privileges because of this. I couldn't help myself, and that if the time is back, I will try to lessen this one. I cannot really eradicate it from my personality 100%, but I will try to lessen these practices because that really affected my life.
Okay, so once again, you are welcome to today's episode. We've got some 14 minutes to go, but if you have joined us, it's not late. Right after the session, you'll find a video on our YouTube channel where you can rewatch it for your benefit. I'd like for you to know a bit more about Sedat Consult. We are an HR and business consultancy firm with services ranging from training, from talent acquisition and recruitment, performance management, and other services, including project management like compensation and benefits, customer service, salary structures, among others. Also, I'd like for you to know about our training coming off on the 2nd and 3rd of July at our Kumasi office, going for a fee of 2,600 Ghana cedis. Planning and conducting effective training and development. We are teaching you and equipping you with the skills as a professional to conduct effective training and development of your own internally. Also, we are conducting another training at our Accra office from the 15th to the 17th of July on HR analytics for strategic decision making. turning workforce data into business results. It is going for a fee of 3,600 Ghana cedis. It's a 3-day in-person training, and so I advise for you to add this to your schedule. We are calling on mentors and mentees alike to register for the third cohort of the SEDAT mentorship program. We link early career professionals and recent graduates with seasoned professionals and seasoned career professionals to guide them in their journey in their chosen fields. And so we entreat mentors and mentees alike to apply for the third cohort of the SEDAT mentorship program. If you are looking for workstations to work in, you can find that at our car office, suitable work environment, a car park, suitable amenities, fast internet connection. This is mainly for our digital workers or remote workers who are interested in workstations to work from. And so I entreat you to contact us if you're interested in these workstations and our services. Yes, Dr. Tarek,
Yeah,
back,
I'm with you.
back to our conversation.
Yeah.
We would like for you to tell us what you are currently working on and also tell us briefly about the professional human, the PhD.
I'm working now on the documentation of the ISO 27, which is extremely difficult, and I'm doing it all by myself, not to run to any consultant, that they will get the information from me and then transform it into ISO, template. I'm doing it by myself. That's what I'm very busy nowadays to finalize, saving $10,000.
Okay, okay. Okay, and kindly tell us about the Professional Human Capital, PHC, which you are the founder of.
Well, PHC, as I told you, it started in Egypt, and then we are now in almost everywhere, advising and sharing ideas and sharing knowledge about the HR. As I said, that we have in Africa almost 22 different forums. We have French, Portuguese, and other English. We have in the Americas, we have in the Caribbean. We're covering the Caribbean, most of the islands there. We are covering the Near Asia, like in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. We're covering the GCC, the Middle East. We are covering up to Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia. And of course, we have so many Indian members from India, Pakistan. It's so beautiful. And the more you communicate with those people, the more you feel like there's more to understand and more to learn from all over the world. It's so beautiful, diversified community. You can't imagine. Our vision at the beginning, our mission is the beginning is to help the young generation to understand the profession on the right way. But later on, we discovered that we also need to address the HR concept even to the senior people. As I said, that we really lack some HR concepts even with the seniors. So I'm really enjoying that. And it's like there is a lot of efforts, especially that you are covering so many, especially after I migrated to the States. You are covering so many different time zones that you are almost with the phone 24/7. And that kills my wife, by the way. But what can I do? It's like I'm in contact with every part of the HR activities of every part of the world. It's like it's really typically 24/7, really.
It takes a lot of strength to do that.
And you cannot do it without passion. The passion is there.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have in mind a legacy you would like to leave behind, especially in your profession?
Uh, I'm trying my best to enrich the community, the HR communities all over. I have like 60,000 books and articles in my laptop. I'm sharing that whenever I feel like I can. I'm sharing that with them whenever there is a person who's having a certain request. I just run to fulfill this request. I feel very happy. Actually, he's giving me a favor by asking his request, and I really believe that there is a lot of people that they are following suit, and they became like their generosity index increased, and they are really sharing whatever they have. Uh, so that's what I'm really elated about. That's what I'm really very happy about it.
You mentioned you have some 60,000 plus books in your catalog.
Yeah,
Do
around
you,
six.
do you, yes, do you have a favorite book you've read, one that has had the most impact on you?
Uh, every book I read it with passion,
Mm.
and every book I read, I discover something new. So I cannot really see any of these books standing out among the others. It's like I owe so much to the author, a new concept that I got. So I feel very obligated and very thankful and humble to this sentence. So I cannot really point out that there is one book that's a favorite to me.
What would you say has been your proudest professional moment or achievement so far in your 42 years career?
I was working with the retail company that they own supermarkets all over Egypt, all over Cairo, and they have a very annoying, persistent issue, which is a very, very, very high turnover that they cannot really replace uh, their stuff on the right time. You can imagine that you have a supermarket in the early morning. Some of the branches are 24/7. I mean, they don't really close. And then all of a sudden, in one of the shifts, there is some bunch of people that they did not come, and they will not come at all. So, being an HR manager at that time, I was asked to close this gap. We need the people. We need to have more candidates. So I sat down with the owner. I said, listen, I have a plan. You have to because he has so many contracts with the you know placement agencies, recruitment agencies to hire people, and mostly they get 1 month for to hire the a person. So I said, okay, I don't need 1 month, I need half months for each candidate, and I will kill this issue forever. And he said, okay, I will give you 1 month trial, show me what you can do, and then I will give you half month of each salary of each person that you will hire. I said, okay. So I uh, I said to my team, you broadcast this one. We will give half month for everybody who recommends somebody to work with us, and we need it like monthly. We need to hire from 400 to 1,000 every month to meet the high turnover, because working in the supermarkets is very high turnover jobs, very high. So that was amazing that we really have to reject some of the applicants, because what we have in the data bank is much more than what we need. And the owner couldn't really imagine, because he was paying 1 month for the recruitment agencies. Now I let him pay only half month, Not only that, but the half month is paying for each one who recommended somebody. It was like a retention program. Those people who are getting half month to recruit his friends or from the coffee shop or wherever, he's talking very sweet about the company. He's very loyal to the company. He's saying so many good things about the company to attract those people to work in the company. He cannot say that my employer is very bad, come join us. But instead, he would say, my employer is very good, come join us. So we achieved so, it's like we hit like 100 birds with the same stone.
That was a very smart move you did.
The financial manager at that time, she objected very much. But after a couple of months in the meeting of the board, I said, can you please tell me the numbers and the figures you've been paying for the recruitment agencies? We were very full that we are paying all our profit to the recruitment agencies. Now look, because the number dropped very much and the people are there and the employees are very happy and it became like a bonus to them. Instead of them taking 1 month, the salary at 1 month, they are taking it like 3 months every month.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So, Doc, all too soon we are coming to the end of the conversation. I would like for us to close with this a piece of advice for someone who is just starting out and finding their footing, especially early career professionals and final year students or early graduates. They have just entered the professional field or yet to enter. They are confused as to where to go. What is your advice to such people?
Be yourself and have a passion to learn whatever you feel you are passionate about. It's not a passion is not the only solution. It's the knowledge. So for you to gain more knowledge, you have to be passionate. It's like the hen or the egg. Who's first? But you should be equipped with the knowledge and be passionate about your job. If you are not passionate about your job, don't take it.
Passion drives everything.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tarek Dessouki, for spending this 60 minutes
The
with us.
the passion is the fuel of everything. I mean, the passion is the direction, but the knowledge is the fuel.
Okay.
If you have a nice car without fuel, you will stay there forever. It's not
Yes.
that important you're passionate about your car or not. The car doesn't have fuel. It's as simple as that.
Yes. Yes. So thank you very much, Dr. Tarek Dessouki, for joining us today. We've had a wonderful conversation, and I know just as I have picked a lot from this, so has everybody who has joined us picked a lot. And so if you have just joined us, yes, we are coming to the end of this conversation, this session, but you have not missed out because you will find this session on our YouTube channel right after the show. And so I entreat you to get there right after the show if you have just joined us to have a feel of the conversation we had and learn from it. And so I leave you with this. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, then Sedat Consult has so much more for you. As I've already mentioned, we are concerned about continuous professional development. And so every year we organize annual conferences. And this year is no different. You have already been in Takoradi. If you're in Takoradi earlier in April, late April, you saw that we came there. And so we are in Kumasi in October for the Sedat Business and HR Summit 2026, Kumasi edition. The theme for this year's summit is building sustainable and competitive businesses through people, innovation, and leadership. You do not want to miss this. And so I entreat you to add this to your schedule and be there when we call on you. Follow Sedat Consult Limited on all social media platforms for more information on this. Thank you again for joining us today and see you again next week. Bye-bye.